So with the FIFA year pretty much coming to an end, and especially the competitive FIFA year coming to an end, what I thought I'd do today is give my thoughts and reaction to what was pretty much the end of FIFA 17 for me. Of course I'm talking about Fiwc Europe, which was mostly last week but also the Friday of the week before. As well as this, I've put my team of the season Callejon daily knockout tournament gameplay in the background so that whilst I'm rambling on you have something else to look at other than my rather sunburnt face. Now, those of you that are subscribed to me will more than likely know whilst I was in Munich I did actually film a vlog, and so if you haven't watched that already I urge you to go and do so. I've had some really good reaction to it and I do show some really interesting things and make some interesting points whilst I'm there. But now, after being home for a couple of weeks, having a bit of time to chill out and reflect, I can give a less, shall we say, emotional reaction to it all and talk about things in a more calm manner than I would have done at the time. So firstly, my results on the day itself. Now, there was 5 of us in the group all competing for a place in London at the Fiwc Grand Final, where first prize this year is actually $200,000, a quite staggering and life-changing amount of money. Now, how it worked was we'd all play each other once, bottom of the group would then be out, first would play fourth, second would play third in what was essentially a two-legged semi-final, and then the winner of those two semi-finals would play each other in a two-legged final, and the winner would be going to London. Now, I managed to get through the group stage pretty comfortably. I was first in the group after the first couple of games, a 1-0 win against Last Backland and a 2-2 draw with Danny Fink, but then we ran into a little bit of trouble. We got beat by Tony Cock, not for the first time on the day, 1-0, and then we managed to get a 2-2 draw in the final group fixture with Chihan, which meant me and Chihan actually had to flip a coin for third place in the group. We were both through anyway, but we had to flip a coin. I won the coin toss, so I went through in third. I was going to play Lass and he was going to play Tony. And after 3 epic games against Lass, which actually ended up in a golden goal game, I did manage to come out on top, which meant I was playing against Tony Cock in the final. A really solid, high-pressing Dutch player with a really difficult style to play against. And I think it's fair to say, in this final, I did not get the rub of the green. First game finished 1-1. I think that was a fair result. We only really had one real chance each. Second game, it all went wrong for me. Just I think on the 45th minute or close towards the end of the first half, he had a corner, put it at the front post, and Neymar, 5'9" Neymar, outjumped 6'2", 6'3" Pogba and give him a 1-0 lead. Going into the second half, towards the end I started pressuring him a bit more. I was clean through Dembele, dragged it wide. It was probably because I was a little bit nervous, pulled the arrow a little bit too soon. Then what does he do? He goes up the other end, gets a chance for Suarez, hits it straight at Team of the Season to here, and Team of the Season to here flaps at it, it goes in, it gives Tony a 2-0 lead, and he's pretty comfortable from there. I did manage to get a goal late on, but it finished 2-1 and I was not going to London. Straight after that loss I was pretty devastated, especially to lose in the circumstances that I did, but I think when I reflect on things honestly and I look back at the 2 games, maybe Tony just about deserved it with the pressure he put on me. I mean, I played him 3 times on the day and he won 2 and drew the other, so can't really have any complaints, can I? One thing I can have complaints about, however, is the gameplay. Now, we all know it's pretty common to complain about the gameplay, you know, in Weekend League and FUT Champions games, but let me tell you, the gameplay at these events really is just something else. I don't know whether it's the monitors they make you use, the TVs they make you use, or it's the fact that they have you playing on a different version of FIFA. When you go to these events, you don't actually play on the regular FIFA 17, you play on the eSports version of FIFA 17, and it's just not the same at all. There's just so much delay. The same for both players. It's just really smooth delay, like half a second button delay on everything you press. I know it's not an excuse and it's the same for both players, but one thing I was at a bit of a disadvantage with was the fact that obviously Tony and Chihan had both played. Well, Chihan had played in Paris and Berlin and Tony had played in Madrid, so I think they were already a little bit used to the delay. But again, it's not an excuse, but I just don't understand why they would have you playing on a different version of FIFA 17 to the one that we'd been playing on all year. Another slight, I don't want to say moan, but it is a bit of a moan really, was the timescales. Again, this is not an excuse, it was the same for everyone, but this is just another thing I think in future could be improved. At this event in Munich, there was a TV company, a German TV company, filming the whole thing, you know, making cutscenes of everything, making it some sort of programme for German TV, and it's really affected the schedule for everyone. We had to be there 7:45, couple of hours practice, which is fair enough. Start the group games at 8. Now bear in mind, we only have 4 group games. Our semi-finals didn't start then until 3 PM, which is, you know, a bit of a long break, and it's hard to keep, you know, your game head on. And then it gets even worse after this. the semi-finals are all finished by 4. The PS semi-finals are finished by 4. And then I had to wait 4 hours. 4 hours. Tony's manager, I was speaking to him, and he'd checked the time. 4-hour break between the semi-final and the final. I mean, in any tournament, in any sort of video game competition, that's just not right, is it? You can't. How can you have a 4-hour break, wait around to play possibly your biggest game of the year? I didn't think it was right, and it really, I'm not saying it affected me or affected Tony more than me or anything like that, but it's just really inconvenient to try and keep your game head on for that amount of time. But anyway, overall it was a really good event. I really enjoyed being back on the big stage, but I can't help but say my overriding emotion after it's all said and done is one of disappointment. I went there expecting to win, thinking I was going to book a place in my 4th Fiwc Grand Final, but it wasn't to be, and I think disappointing is how I describe my full year really. I missed out on Paris by 1 win, I missed out on Madrid by 1 win, I obviously didn't get to go to Berlin, and then when I finally managed to get a place in Season 3 in Munich, I go there and I get beat on the final. So I haven't got much to show for my year, and I am really, really disappointed. I was questioning whether I was going to continue with all this after, immediately after Munich. I think I was just feeling really down about everything. But after having, a week or so to reflect, of course I am. This just made me even more determined to come back bigger and stronger and make sure I don't miss out on any events at all next year. It's easy to sit here and say this, but believe me when I say the failures of this year have made me want to put more effort in than I ever have before to succeed in FIFA 18. I want to be qualifying for more events, I want to be making more money, I want to be doing more bits on YouTube, getting more subscribers. So thanks to everyone who's supported me so far, everyone who subscribed to me, and hopefully FIFA 18 will go a little bit better than FIFA 17 went for me. So that is the end of this video. As always, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to be trying to keep active over the summer, bring you a few different videos here and there. I do have Serie A Top 100 Team of the Season awards coming in a couple of days, so I'll see you when I see you.